What is going on, everyone? Welcome to G-Ball Vision, your daily source for knife and EDC content. Today, I have a new knife here to share with you all. And this one is coming in from Kansept. While we're getting this thing opened up, let me know down in the comments what your EDC is for today. I love hearing from you guys. This is a newer release for Kansept within the last month or so, and it looks pretty interesting, pretty cool. It is going to be called the Kansept Crew, CRU, and I will have links to this knife down in the description of the video and in the pinned comment. And right away, you can see that this looks like an interesting knife. We have a titanium handle with a couple different marbled carbon fiber inlays, and here on the lock side we have a couple of more, and that looks really good. This has like a purple, like a blurple anode done to it, more on the purple side, I would say, and then a nice contrast with the carbon fiber and the hardware. We have our pocket clip to match, and that's going to have a little bit different signature than the rest of the handle. And then we have a black titanium backspacer. We are looking at, I didn't know this was a top flipper as well, but we have a rear flipper and we have a top flipper on this bad boy here. We are looking at a sheep's foot blade and a stonewash finish on this particular guy. And I believe, yeah, S35VN on this feller. Now, as far as the designer, I'm not 100% sure. Vaila. Now, let's see. Hopefully I pronounced that right. Let's see how this top flipper works. I'm interested. So, not very good on, well, let's see here. Okay, so you start at the beginning. It works pretty good. What about, well, you have to be out the lock bar in order to do that. I don't know if that'll work too well, and it definitely won't work very good for an index rollover. Definitely going to be a thumb flicker, more of a low profile top flipper. It does seemingly work pretty well. You just kind of ride the top of the knife, and it's going to sling that blade out pretty good there. The flipper tab, however, it is mounted. It got me a little bit there. It is mounted a little bit lower in line with the pivot there. It's below the pivot, but that works really good. The detent is tuned properly. What initially attracted me to this knife was the aesthetic. It's got a little taller handle, a little bit different handle. Then you have this shorter sheep's foot blade, and I thought it would be a little bit bigger in its size. And we are looking at 3.5 inches of cutting edge, about 3 5/8 of total blade there, and we are coming down there at 8 1/4. So this is going to be considered a full-size knife. We'll put a couple of knives up here so you can get an idea on a comparison. We have the Kaiser Drop Bear up top and the Vostede Raccoon here on the bottom, and you'll see that the Crew is quite a bit bigger than both of these. And we'll bring out some big boys here. We got the Kaiser Militar, or bigger boys, and the Frack from CJRB is definitely a good size. And you'll see the Crew is a little bit bigger than the Militar, but not quite as big as the CJRB Frack. We'll go ahead and we'll take a look at this and see what it looks like in the pocket with that milled clip here, and check our retention as well. Good retention over that initial ramp. We will have a little bit poking out there. That is the nature of a milled titanium clip, and that is going to look really good in the pocket. Just a little bit poking out there, and you have a nice amount there to pull that thing right out of the pocket. This is going to be a right hand carry only. We do not have the option for a left hand carry. Let's go ahead and we'll get a size on this big guy. And if by size I meant weight, that is what I mean. And we'll bring out the arch nemesis here in our scale. And we'll give this thing a little weight. You done bleeding yet? Holy criminy. It's not real heavy, to be honest with you guys, for the size of this thing. And I don't see any internal milling really in there. We do have a lock bar relief cutout, and that is internally done, which keeps this really nice looking. That's a nice little touch from the designer and Kansept. I also like how they didn't cut out for the show side. What they did is recess on both sides and chamfer on both sides, and that just gives you a ton of room to get in there and disengage that lock bar. As far as the weight goes, might be kind of deceiving. Let's say 4 ounces. Might be a little off. Oh, what's that say? What's that say? 4 ounces. Damn, I'm good. No, don't even dick around with me, dog. 4 ounces is what it said, and that is what we are sticking with, and that is 116 grams. The next thing we'll take a look at here is our handle thickness. We'll also get a measurement on our blade here as well. 0.47 for our handle thickness. We'll get that thickest part of the blade up here, and we are looking at about 116 thousandths. And we'll also get a behind the edge thickness, and we'll see what that's looking like. Try to get that blood off my finger. And wow, that bad boy's coming down there around 14 thousandths, and that would explain why it sliced the hell out of me. And it won't stop bleeding. Why don't we see how this thing cuts out of the box? We got our SMKW catalog paper here, and this will just give us kind of an idea of what kind of edge we can expect out of the box on an average level, right? And this has a beautiful edge on it, and it's going to come down nice and thin. Yeah, when you aren't messing up, it's just laser. Let's see what happens up against. I got this last little page here, and let's see what we are. Oh, yeah, look at that. This is just a touch thicker. I just wanted to see what it would do to this. Yeah. That bad boy is sharp, ladies and gentlemen. Look at that. Yeah. Pretty sweet, I would say. We are looking at a perfectly centered up blade. I don't feel that we will have any issues with this guy. There is no detent lash. There is no pivot lashing in there. And our lockup looks pretty healthy. We have about a 35% lockup there. And that flipper is impressive. There are few occasions where, it's acceptable that it's lower than the pivot. And I'd say this is one of those times. With the proper detent, you can get that kind of action if the flipper tab is lower. I would say more so this is a push button than anything. Kind of reminds me of the Happy Hour from Katuo. That one's a little bit more extreme in that it's a push button, because this one you can still light switch it out, but I feel like the push button is where this one is at for the opening action. And that top flipper, it's not awkward, but you almost feel like, oh, it's not gonna work, and then it does. So I guess that's just maybe something that I got to get used to. But I like this thing. Let's go ahead and check this lock. We will introduce the spine whacker to old crew here. Look at those tolerances. Nice tight tolerances. Cut out internal. It's a good looking knife. Really good looking knife. I could totally see this being just a top flipper. Had that been raised up a little higher, this could have easily just been a top flipper. And it would have been really clean. I mean, it's clean, but you wouldn't have had this here. And then you could have choked up right behind that edge. Although that cuts out a lot of people because a lot of people don't like front flipper, top flipper only. Let's go ahead and check this guy. Good. Good. Very good. Yeah, Kansept has one of the best streaks on the channel. They probably have some of the most knives that I've tested in the last year and some change, and have not had a single failure out of that company, which is freaking awesome. Just a testament to their quality control and making sure the knives are at least locked up. You know, some knives might make it out where they might not have like the most extreme edge on them or something of that nature. But what, you know, and that can be easily fixed. But sometimes a lock failure might not be the most easy thing to fix. So, and it shouldn't be failing. So that is, you know, just a nice testament to Kansept and their quality control, their fit, their finish. They have really, over the last year, and I've said it a million times now, have stepped up what they are doing and the product that they are putting out, the finished product that they are putting out to consumers. They just, they have really started to do a good job. And I really look forward to what they have in store for us here in 2025. You guys will have to let me know. What do you think of the Kansept crew here? I always look forward to hearing from you guys on these newer knives and what you think about these companies. If nothing else, let me know what you carried in your pockets today. Love seeing what you guys have for your EDC. Don't forget to hit that thumbs up button for me. That helps push this video out there to more people. And speaking of that, if you know someone that you can share this video with, I would greatly appreciate that. It really, really pushes these videos out there to more people. And if you're new to my channel here and you enjoy knife and EDC content, you're in the right place. Make sure you subscribe because I release daily videos just like this. I'll pop up a couple of new videos on your screen. Go check one of them out for me. Have yourself an awesome day. Thank you all again for watching. I'll catch you on the next one.